Okay, we have a thermal pane unit, sealed glass unit. The gas has escaped, so you can see it needs to be replaced. So I measured it up, and getting the thickness right is a little tricky. You might want to take the window out first and measure it just to be sure. So you might want to do what I'm going to show you first and measure the when you take this one out and measure it, you'll know exactly thickness and overall size. I've Windexed the side I'm going to glue down. These are the tools you need. I use a putty knife and I sharpened the edge with a knife sharpener. I only sharpened about a ½ inch down this side, each of the sides, all the way across the bottom, of course, because you're pushing on here and you don't want to sharpen that. So some gloves, of course. These two, the putty knife and the screwdriver I use to take off the molding. I'll show you that. And then silicone to put the window back in, and a scraper to clean off the old glue. I think these are taped in. There was the thermal tape. So anyway, you take the, and again, I put gloves on for this. I've already done some of it. This putty knife is kind of nice because it's got that a sharper angle on that one side. So the blade itself is angled. That allows you to get in here into the corners nice. So I can slide it in there. And so what I usually do is trace the, kind of a first cut. You're pushing up against the window, flexing the blade to keep good contact with the window. And then sometimes you have to go in and rock it. And that's where that sharp end is nice. And basically you're just going to do that all the way around, all four sides. And then, so I'll finish that and then show you removing the molding and next. All right, another tip. It was kind of a pain doing the top. Arm was getting sore, so I took the window out and laid it up against the baseboard here, and that allows you to get a lot better force. I cracked the window, but that's the one that's going in the garbage anyway. Rocking motion actually kind of maybe works better. Score it a little bit, but then the hard spots, you just go in like that and should get them. So these particular windows have the molding has this little catch right here. It goes into a slot in the window. So what I do is get my other putty knife, not the sharp one because I don't want to cut it. Get in between the window and there, and then I push this way to kind of release that, and then I lift up with the other screwdriver, and these things come out. Once you get them started, they come out pretty easy. So I'll take all the other three off, and then the window will just push up. All right, got all those off, and all the glass just pushes up. Take it out, and then I'm using my scraper and clean up the old glue there. So I put a 1/8 inch bead of silicone there. Oh, these are wood windows, so I just scrape. You don't want to scrape them too hard. So there's a little bit of either paint or the sealant tape on there yet. And good to do this over an area that you can clean the silicone up if it gets too bad, but it shouldn't. So, all right, I'm going to lay this glass in there now. I also put a little silicone in the corners. Got a little messy there, but clean it up afterwards. And then basically these, the molding pieces will just snap back in. And that's what's going to also help locate the window with the right spacing. Some people have, put actual spacers in to get it just right, but this seems to work for this window. So I'm just going to put the other 3 channels in and let it dry, and then reinstall it in the track.